Hello friends, my name is Wilson.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Hello friends, my name is Wilson.
I'm Cassandra.
This week we're talking about something rather sensitive and kind of weird, to be honest with you, because we have Alex on the other hand, and we're talking about
Whether
firing
we should
her.
fire her.
Huh?
And so, yeah, things happen. So, yeah.
Once upon a time, in the busy halls of creativity, there lived two strong people, Alex and Boss Wilson, equally stubborn, sparking endless debates. Their miscommunications turn into a battleground of wits. Will they find common ground? Or is this the beginning of an epic story of
This is
disagreement?
actually how I feel, by the way.
How much you're willing to adapt into that package. Just so you know, it's you guys. This is not just you. It's you and Cass.
No,
Like,
there's sure, but no, it's 100% me. 100% it's me. For example, like a meeting like this is it's truly a waste of our time. We talked about this issue 3 times.
Yeah. I guess it's just like when I talk to Cass, I don't feel like she is as alone.
And the thing, my whole thing is like, first of all, I know her, and second of all, I don't care what she thinks. It's as simple as that. I don't care what she thinks because she hasn't been doing content. And where I take her feedback is when we're doing like the actual stuff, she can now share her point of view.
You're taking away her opportunities of
She doesn't care. Okay, this sounds like that I don't give and I don't care about your feedback. But I think that
Hold up. Let's pause first, and then we can talk about how you guys even got here.
That's true,
because,
yeah.
my God, it was like child number 1 and child number 2. I left at home, but I actually had to bring it back to the office, and then I've got 2 children here.
I don't even know how to give that background. I don't know where to
Okay,
start.
so let the neutral person who solves for this. So we had a new team member on. Her name is Alex. She is also the one behind the camera. So is this awkward? Not at all. What inevitably happened was there was some miscommunication. There was some disalignment of expectations.
You know, it's a difference of working. One of the scenarios that happened there was Alex is wanting to have your buy-in and your involvement with the content creation aspect of things. I do know kind of like where and when to loop you in, and especially when it's a startup environment that we're all putting on multiple different hats, it's just so difficult to involve every single stakeholder into our conversation when it's not really needed. On the other hand, as a creative, Alex feels it's very important to have Cass's buy-in.
She has her way of doing things, and when she came in here, she wanted to be like, let me make an impact based on what I know. And so it was more of a, this is what I want to create, this is what my ideas are. And the best part about the 2 of you is that you guys are both very similar in that you're both stubborn.
Stubborn to make stuff work. Simply put, like my style of working, especially to begin with, you just gotta like throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks. And of course have a plan, have like an area that you want to throw the spaghetti at, but nonetheless, you just gotta go at speed. And by the way, I love Alex. I think she brings so much to the table. It's just a matter of the execution part, which I'm like, let's just go. Your job is to hire slow but fire fast, because if it's like not a fit, you need to realize that.
Yeah, and I would say with a small company, like as a startup, when you're hiring talent, because everyone is doing a bit of everything and we're all going at 30, 50, 60 miles an hour, we don't have the time or the capacity to be managing oversight. You know, there's not a big differentiator between someone who is an individual contributor or a people manager. Literally, you're doing it all, especially as a startup when your resources are slim. I mean, we laugh and giggle about like the emotional part, but really when we think about it with our business hats on, it's the impact to our time and our budget, and can this person run as quickly as we can run, that we need them to run, and then drive the work that we need them to drive without 100% oversight on our end.
Yeah, and it's such a big dilemma because we're thinking, like, what goes through my mind is like, man, I don't want to have these type of arguments. And then like I've been thinking, I'm like, is this because it's only the first 2 months, like we're trying to match our gears, or is this going to be a chronic problem? Like, I don't know, which is why it was heated for a little bit of time, and why I came to our lovely Cassandra to see how she can help us resolve this issue.
It was hard because, you know, for you just wanted to get your work done. For Alex, I can see she is trying to navigate. Having said that, Alex had also confidentially shared with me that she was taking some medication for her ADHD. So making sure that we're mindful about how can we protect that space for her. So there were a lot of different variables, I would say. For me, what I initially wanted to do was talk to Alex, and we walked to the park and had a slow, calm chat about, okay, how are you feeling? And I think a lot of it was really pausing to ask her how is she feeling, what she didn't have, and where we could help. And then literally from there, it was like a 180 flip. Like, Alex has been a rock star. She got it. She understood what we need, where she could get more help. She went from being on the chopping block to turning out these hilarious videos, building out like a system that we're now following, and she got it. And that was maybe 1 hour of a conversation that kind of helped just pause, remove the emotions, listen, and then go. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I let's dive a little bit deeper into that, because I've definitely tried, knowing the fact that I am impatient. I committed in the first 2 months of spending time with Alex on a daily basis to work with her. And so I have had a lot of communication, and we do talk a lot, and we do work out problems quite a bit. But then yet it was never really like, we were never really connecting to that point.
I wonder if the conversation that you guys were having was more of a, hey, I'm gonna spend the time to tell you da, versus, hey, I'm gonna spend, even though I'm telling you this is how we should do, or like this is what we're looking for, this is the goals that we're setting out for, what about, hey, where are you at right now? I would say every person, interaction, hire, you're working with different personalities. That is just life, that you need to be able to navigate different personalities and not run away with it. Does this person have the potential that you want to support and help them? It's
just part of the values of how we decide to grow a team. I think, like, for those that are considering like building their team, it's like, how do you want to run your ship, right? Because some other people might not care. They're much more metrics driven type of entrepreneurs. For us, we know that potentially it would take a little bit longer to begin with, but at the same time, it's investment that we're willing to put in. And it happens again and again within our all the stuff that we do. Now that we have found a resolution, we've decided to keep Alex on board. Can you share with us what's that secret? How do you approach a problem when us founders are facing issues? Like, do we just fire? Do we keep them? Do we just waste time and resources? What's that quick takeaway?
I would say identify whether the problem is due to their performance, and do you see a potential in them? Because if you see the potential in them, that they do have the chops for what it takes and what you need them for, take a pause and just reground them in what you're looking for, the expectation. Listen to them. Hear what are they feeling? What are they thinking? What has their experience been like? Where is that disconnect, so that you guys can jump back onto the groove and march together?
So when is it too late? When is it time for the real chopping block?
When they are not performing well and they don't have any potential. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone has potential.
So there you go. So let us know if you have any issues running your team and any conflicts.
Let us know what are some of the problems that you face in building your team in your business.
Wow, that was a great recap.
And leave them in the comments below.
And make sure you guys subscribe along the journey, and we will see you next week.